Hello, my dear Sagittarius. This is a love reading, a prediction for the month of September with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I also have exciting news for you. From the middle of September, I will start to do the love and spirituality readings again for all the signs. And the first one out will be for Libra season, September 23rd to October 22nd. They are aimed towards you growing personally and thereby make you able to attract a better love life and life overall for yourself. I stopped doing them last winter, fall due to declining interest in those videos, but now when YouTube is promoting my videos better again, I will make a new attempt to take another week of my normal work schedule and do these readings for you. And if they are a success, I will keep on doing them. And this reading that I'm doing now in particular is supported by Sandy. And if you also want to support a reading from me, you can follow the donation link in the description box. Sorry for that. This will be a love reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this side is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you're dealing with. Use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for Virgo season that is already up. Today is the third day of Virgo season, and it can be a good idea to rewatch your reading from this period. You can also check out the pick a card and near personal readings on the first page of my channel. Click the headline of each playlist to see all the videos that the playlist contains. And I'll start shuffling your cards, and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. And when I open your deck here, I see Judgment in reversed with the Ace of Cups. So it seems like someone is loving very unconditionally without looking at the logical picture of this situation here, okay? So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have a King of Swords together with the Ace of Cups in reversed. So you might be dealing with someone that's really cold and cutting and is not putting their heart or their emotions first. It's a question if they even have a heart or if they can feel deep emotion, this person. And it might be that they are actually taking you for granted, okay? So the love that you are pouring onto this person is just being poured out on the ground to no use at all. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we see the Three of Swords with the Knight of King of Swords in reverse. So it seems like you're partly getting over this, but it also seems like this person might be acting like this to not get affected by their emotion, to not get hurt by their emotion. So there might be a reason for them acting this casual and this disconnected. There's always a reason for everything. But of course we can have empathy with a person that's trying to protect themselves from hurt. But in the same time, it means that they are hurting you. Okay, so I call the 6 elements. And here we have Death together with the King of Swords. So it seems like the Divine is kind of suggesting that you need to get over this relationship with this person, at least for now. If you have separation anxiety from this person, you can say that, okay, it's for now. I need to move on from now. Maybe to prove a point to this person that they can't treat you this casual and still keep you or have you. So death is the advice to kind of end old situation with impossible people so that you can have a new beginning there. The sun that's rising between these two towers. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Sagittarius viewers. So I want my dear Sagittarius to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so we saw the 6 of Swords jumping out in the reverse. So it means that it's a little bit problematic for you to move on, or for someone to move on, or both to move on from this situation. And that there's a disconnection and this balance between heart and logic. So I presume that one person is leaning all their decisions towards their heart, and the other one is taking all their decision from logic. So therefore there's a disconnection. What you are doing, if you are giving your heart too much and using too little logic, the recipe here to cure this is to use more logic. If you are too logic and not putting your heart in, you need to put your heart in to heal and repair the situation and to be able to move on. So it can be different what different people needs to learn in this situation, but it's easy, one or the other. So if you know one, do the other, learn the other thing. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds to you and your situation in September, my lovely Sagittarius. So I actually want to turn to you, Sagittarius, and say that you are the best supporter of all the signs. You always come out on top, and you're always appreciating my videos and writing a lot of comments. And I just wanted to you to know that I feel your support and that I appreciate you. And I always feel comfortable doing your readings because I know you will receive it in a great way and use it in a way that will benefit yourself and your relationship. You seem very wise. Okay, so I just wanted to have that said because it was running around in my head while I was tuning in. So now focusing on your reading. This is the new bottom of the deck, and we have the Strength card here. This is Leo energy, so it shows that you are better on standing on your own side, taking better care of yourself. In the meanwhile, you're also taming yourself, so you're not immediately jumping into a reaction. You feel your feelings and you feel your frustration, and you know where your boundaries are, and you're using a very diplomatic way to show this to the world. So it shows how much you have grown and how mature you're acting in this situation, and that you're really, it's benefiting everyone when you are acting like this, because you take real good care of yourself, but you're also not kind of overreacting and accusing your surrounding of things. You react and you probably tell people of your reaction, but you don't have the reaction, if that makes sense. Okay, you don't act on the reaction, but you might tell that this upsets me, or I'm not agreeing to this, but it's very mature. Okay, and this is the old bottom of the deck, and we have the Fool in the reverse with the Justice in the reverse and the Empress in the reverse. So I'm getting the sense here that you might have been a little bit naive in the past, maybe jumping into a situation that wasn't really fair to you, giving of your everything to people that really didn't want to work together with you, but you did it out of love. So it was good intentions, but I don't think you were treating yourself fairly. Okay, so this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. So I put it there. It can be you're thinking of a lover, a best friend, your family. That's impossible. your children, or whatever comes to mind. Co-workers, can be different for different people what this relationships can be about. This is the situation in said relationship, and this is what's on their mind about you. And this is your feelings and attachment towards this person or these people. This is the bond between you, and this is their attachment and feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes towards them, the outcome for September. Sorry, I don't know why this is so important. And this is their behaviors and attitudes towards you. Okay, so we'll start with the situation here. And we have a 6 of coins, a beautiful card. It shows balance and giving, but this is it's a kind of situation where you feel enhanced because you can help people with things, so you can give them things, or you have something that other people don't have, so you can feel great in comparison. So the 6 of coins have a teaching to all of us, and that is don't give people fish, teach them how to fish. Or don't give people what they want, give them what they need. And sometimes this card comes as a warning of a disbalance between giving and taking. We can either be the black sheep that feels like we can't get our life together and we always need handout from other people, or they need to bail us out of trouble or help us when things have gotten difficult in our lives. And then we can be this person that always feels successful, always need to take a big sigh and say, okay, I will take my car keys and go and pick you up because that is what I always do. And in the same time, we pat ourselves on the shoulder and says, well, I have my shit together anyway. This it usually points to someone over functioning and maybe other people not really functioning at all. And that we get a certain satisfaction from our roles, either from being this person that always fixes things, the problem solver, or making us a little bit helpless, spoiled, impossible, so that other people will help us and take care of us, so we don't have to feel alone, or we don't have to feel like we need to take care of ourselves. So it can express itself, for example, in situations where people self-destruct, so they will continue acting like a baby, so other people need to take care of them. And this can also be the foundation for a very codependent situation where we have codependency. One person here might have an addiction and the other person is always helping them out or fixing the problem that comes from this addiction, and so on and so forth. But if there's balance, if these people could rise and shine and everyone could be a little bit more self-sufficient, there could be an equal give and take in this situation. So that is what this card is talking about. And the 6 is also connected to the Lover's card, so it shows that there's love here, but it's also attachment, or people having certain roles that make them act in certain ways. So this is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind. And we have this Queen of Pentacles, this Virgo here. So I want to take this card also to see what's on their mind about you. Because I feel like an imbalance here. It seems like you have a great outlook on the relationship. You feel like there is or could be an equal give and take easily, and that both people could act very mature in the situation. But it seems like your counterpart isn't really sharing this experience. Either they think that you are out partying all night long, not making an effort to be stable in the relationship. But mostly I feel it's the other way around, that you have you might look at this relationship through a little bit filtered pink glasses. So you see things like you would dream them to be, or how they should be, or how you it's like you feel that it is like this, that you are best of friends and this person really have your back and all these kind of things. But it's not really the truth, okay? It seems like this person is a little bit out to just have fun, and they don't take very serious onto things. With the Three of Cups in the reverse, they might even have a drinking problem or some kind of addiction. But also remember that this is what's on their mind about you. So they might be thinking that you have this problem. So you need to understand your own situation and identify on what side you are on. This also applies to cross watchers. Sometimes cross watchers will find themselves here and you will find Sagittarius on this side, or the other way around. You need to know yourself and your relationship to know who's who in this reading. Usually you will recognize it. You will hear I'm saying something and you will know I'm talking about that person. But when we see what they are what's on their mind about you, the most that will be in 80% of the cases here is that they think that this is just a hookup, or that they are just having fun with you. That's on their mind. They have fun with you, they have fun with other people, they don't take this seriously, they don't take their life seriously, they are all over the place, and they wait for people like you that's more mature to kind of give them everything they need. They don't have to give, they just have to party and have fun. So that is what will be in 80% of the cases. In other case, it might be the other way around here, that you are thinking, oh, this person is so stable, and they are thinking, oh, you're such a party animal. Okay, so this is the bond between you two, the attachment. And we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So both people are trying to deal with pain here in this situation. You might deal with pain by not looking at the situation logically. We have the Judgment in the reverse when I open the deck, and it shows that you might not have the best judgment in this situation. You see things a little bit better than what they are, because you don't want to feel the pain of how the reality really is. And I think the other person is trying to party all night long and have these casual relationships and not take anything seriously, because they don't want to feel their pain. So it's pain that's binding you two together, and that is again pointing to the situation being about codependency. The Nine of Swords is in the reverse, and it means that this is how you try to deal with your pain through these kind of relationships that's frankly unbalanced. You are either trying to take maybe wounded birds with broken wings, take them in and heal them, and they will be dependent on you, and they will be grateful for you and for what you have done, and they will stay with you for the rest of their lives. And this broken bird, they have an idea, if they stay broken, people take them in and nurture them like this. They can stay like small babies. So this is a way to deal with pain. The dynamics of this relationship is here because you're trying to survive, or this is your survival skill. You take this kind of person and you try to avoid pain. But actually this situation brings pain because we are taking the same wound and opening it again and again and again, with putting ourselves in the same situations again and again. It was probably an original situation that taught you to behave like this, to maybe mother other people, or to be very competent in different situations so people could lean towards you, or the opposite, to act childish or scream really loud when you needed help so people would run and help you. And this pattern is repeating in your different lives here. So this is your feelings and attachment towards the person. And it seems like we have a little bit of anger here that's justified and very healthy. The Three of Wands in the reverse, it shows kind of closed shop. So I think that this is your natural way of being as of now. to give a lot of unconditional love towards people, and being the one that fixes, organizes, and settles everything, feed everyone, fill everyone's needs. But you have also realized that some, on an emotional level, that you are not getting the same in return. So this is annoying and irritating, and it makes you want to close the door on people, and this person in particular maybe. And this is their feelings and attachment towards you. And we have a dynamic here with the Hangman that shows that this person doesn't feel free. Why they don't feel free is because they are acting like a baby and making other people take care of them and fulfill their needs. And they haven't grown up to the point where they can take care of their own needs and fulfill other people's needs. And this makes them feel limited. They don't have their freedom because they are dependent on other people giving them their stuff or fulfilling their needs. Or so this can become like a person becoming very childish and trying to rope you in with different manipulations, games and such, so you will fulfill their needs while they still will be able to be free. So it's like a person wanting to stand with one leg in the relationship maybe and get all the benefits, and one leg outside the relationship where they don't have any obligations. So the Hangman, it shows here a need of a person maturing, and it's a long road for them to mature. So actually it seems like they need to let this relationship go to start to not be with people that is trying to fulfill their every need, and actually be challenged a little so that they will grow. And we can see that you kind of agree on this because we have 12 here. 1 plus 2 is 3, and this is 3 of wands. So both are connected to the Empress. So it shows that this person hasn't, it's like a little chicken still sleeping underneath the mother hen, and sometimes escaping and running away, and the hen says, no, come back here under my wing. And the little chicken wants freedom, but they are still this little chicken. We have another 3 here that kind of enjoys everything that the hen is providing. But so they want to have the benefits, but they also want their freedom. So even if this is a really old person, they haven't gone through their adolescence in a great way. So they haven't really freed themselves from the idea of having parents. So we can, sometimes we can transfer the need of having parents onto God or the divine or our girlfriend or boyfriend, wife or husband. So we blame them when things go wrong, and it feels great because then we don't have any responsibility. And it's a little bit what I'm feeling with this person, that it's their fault. They are keeping me back. They are holding me back, or they're always so clingy, or they always throw stuff after me. So, but really, they are enjoying the benefits and in the same time resenting it because they feel trapped by it. Okay. So this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them, and you are a little bit like because you have this unconditional love, and I think you love them a great deal, and I don't see this changing. You will continue being there for them and being a support for them, but emotionally you want to close the door. So this is a little bit a warning to not get burned out. To not give too much until you yourself doesn't have anything left. You want to keep on giving because you probably want something from this person, and you want them to maybe stay with you forever and go through this vault here, so you will come to the next step of this relationship and you will find security here. But you can't find security with this person because they are a baby. So we'll see what the divine will advise you with this. You have so much to give. This beautiful love that you are giving, it could actually benefit someone that's ready for it. But right now you seem to give it to this person, even though you resent them. Okay, so this is their behaviors and attitudes. And we have a Five of Pentacles. So this whole situation makes this person feels incompetent. Like they can't provide for themselves. They are always the one doing the wrong thing, not fulfilling commitments, not taking responsibility, being the black sheep mainly. And they always feel like, I get the same song as for Gemini, and it's bad child. So they always feel like the bad child, or the person that's not doing the right thing. And I'm guessing you share some of their feelings, because there's other things in this lyrics that I've heard that's more applying to you. So I think the song is a combination for maybe voicing both of your viewpoints. So this person is probably not going to accept what you are giving, because they feel that it makes them like the underdog, or the one that can't provide for themselves, or can't take care of themselves, or they want to go beyond this and learn the things that you already know, the thing you already seem to be able to provide for both yourself and others. So they want to be like you, but they don't want to live out of you. So they have this idea they're frustrated. And they have this idea that they need to let go of the benefits so that they can, find themselves, basically. So we'll see the outcome here for September. And it's the 10 of Wands in the reverse. So it's about putting down big burdens. And I think both of you actually need to do that. I'm going with this person on this, that it would be a good idea to take a pause from this relationship a little bit, so that you could start to give all this beautiful stuff to yourself and restore yourself and build on your own foundation, so that you actually don't need the idea of being a good person or being worthy to feel loved. I think if you could love yourself, you don't have to aim so high and be so perfect and do all these things for other people. You could be great just by breathing. You're a human being, not a human doing, okay? And this is definitely a human doing, okay? And this person also needs a break from you, because they need to be able to become more self-sufficient and find their own self-value to achieving things, to be able to achieve things on their own. They basically need to kind of, as a child, a teenager, move away from home and find out that they can survive on their own. They are actually not dependent on other people providing for them in different kind of way, either by them being self-destructive, having someone cleaning up after them, or them not being able to provide for themselves financially or emotionally. So I think you need to give them this time to grow up, and then we'll see, okay, if you can be on a more equal level in the future, okay. So I will take wisdom of the House of Night Oracle, Colette Baron Reed, and see what this person thinks and feels about this situation with you. Denial, okay. So they want the fruits that this relationship is giving, but in the same time we see the moon is also almost like a little skite for harvest. So I think it's time for them to learn to give this to themselves. So I'll read this card for you. Not everything is in reach, my child. Sometimes I must create distance between what you want and when or how you are meant to receive it. Consider the weight for your highest good. You are not meant to achieve what you want right now. Keep the faith, for if you wait and show patience, I will reveal some wondrous things later. This is a gentle warning not to get caught up in your desire to reach your goal too soon. You may choose sour fruit that only looks ripe and juicy, In this case, I alone know when the time is ripe. Patience, my child. So they seem to really want you, but they also know that there's kind of a little bit of hook in this situation, that they shouldn't be dependent on you in the way that they are, and that they should be able to give these kind of things for themselves. So they want to become a more competent person, and they know that if they take the stuff that they need from you, this will never happen. But they see you as this fruit anyway, and you're not even low hanging. And we have them hanging here, so it's a question of personal growth. They need to grow before they can be with you on equal terms. So how will you manage then with not being able to be the provider and have someone making you feel like you are worthy of love? And we have a vision here, which is Aphrodite, and I think you can find even more about how great you are if you stop giving this away to someone else. This is a time for your self-discovery, and there kind of no limits to what you can achieve on your own, or what kind of heights you might reach. Also when it comes to not only to wisdom and knowledge that the moon is pointing to, but I'm thinking also when you have gone through this, finding yourself, also be able to find real happiness, real contentment. I can see this already with you. We saw the Strength card, and we also have the Queen of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles. It's just that you're giving it away to the wrong people as of now. When you choose this symbol, it means that no matter what you lose in your life, something better will replace it. One day in my house of night, there will be a young, beautiful vampire who will lose her mark but gain great vision into the future. Even if a loss feels devastating at the moment, you still have so much to gain. If your question is about the future, choose another card. The magical vision that you will receive here gives you the temporary power to see the future as a vast place, full of possibility and potential. Your next card will provide insight into the condition ahead of you. To know the future is to be prepared. So it seems like you need to kind of let this person go for now, because they are not ready for you. And you, on the other hand, is ready for something even better, something even greater, something that will really make you feel this contentment and achievement. I think being with this person or staying in this relationship would only feed a hunger within you, a hunger which neither you or this other person can fulfill. And we can see it's a lot of grapes with this person. So there might be a problem with this person trying to numb their feelings with alcohol, for example, wine. Okay, but it's also about maybe living the good life a little bit too much and not really taking responsibility or investing in the future. The Queen of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles, it's very aimed towards investing in the future. And it might be that this person is more spending everything right now and having nothing in their pocket for the future. So if you would gain up with this person, you would have to take part of their low energy when it comes to income, money, career, success. It will probably affect you in a bad way. It's better that they face this on their own and deal with the value you have on yourself is the value you have in your wallet. So even if they can come off as they don't need you and they have so many other options and all these kind of things, it's not for real. In reality, they feel useless, kind of. And you don't. You know that you have a lot to offer. The only problem with you is that you're giving it to people. You kind of give it to low-hanging fruit, these birds with broken wings that's easy to tame or take home, instead of looking a little bit upward towards at least the treetops and joining the flying birds instead. Okay, just saying. So we're going to take the next card for you. What's in your future? What's the great thing that you could achieve here? and it's forgiveness, the sacred journey markers about forgiveness. And it's mushrooms here. So it might be about drugs again. Maybe you need some drugs to forgive this person. We'll see here. It's some kind of evolutionary journey. Maybe going beyond, going into your inner vision and making your closures there. Because I'm thinking there's things that you haven't really dealt with inside of you. I'm thinking this mushrooms shows memories of things that needs to be forgiven. And why you need to forgive it, it's not for the other person, but it's more to release you and to not have to relive the same situations, hanging with the broken birds when you really should fly and soar in the sky. So if you could go through this process of forgiving maybe your parents and caretakers or past lovers or this lover or friends and family members, you could free yourself and heal yourself in the same time, so that you don't have to relive your past in your future anymore. So I think I made a mistake here. I found 49, but it's from the wrong book. Okay. New attempt. Oh, it opened directly. That was great. Okay. So, drawing this marker says that you must now search your heart for any unresolved resentment, anger, or disagreement between you and another. I think you have tried to be this great because you're kind of trying to compromise for other people not being particularly great. And if you could forgive other people in the past for not being great, you could maybe let go of these not so great people and, join the people that's on your level. If you're still hurt or angry about another's behavior, or if there are circumstances in your life that you resent, this is a time when it's crucial to release the negative energy surrounding those situations. Resisting this will only impact your growth and draw more unwanted experiences to you. Resentment and anger are emotions that actually bind you and hook you to the events that cause your suffering, keeping them alive inside you, draining you of your life force and inner light. Nothing good comes from hate, anger, or resentment. Peace can only come through forgiveness when you release all that binds you to negativity. Perhaps you need to forgive yourself for placing unrealistic expectation on your situation, resulting in a self-sabotaging perception tainted by perfectionism. Look at the world and see how the lack of forgiveness feeds the turmoil and suffering around you. Forgiveness is the key to freedom and peace, and it starts with you. This marker requires you to practice forgiveness so that you can be an active part of spreading peace and beauty throughout this troubled world. And this is the oracle I chose, The Wisdom of the Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reid. And it's not easy. You can't just, I forgive them. This actually needs to be a process. And one way I've learned to do this that's very efficient is to look at yourself as a kid, maybe 2 or 3 years old, playing in the playground, and see one of your parents coming to pick you up, and go with this parent on a little picnic, maybe to a meadow or to a picnic table somewhere, and eat some good food and talk things out. And this can be somewhat powerful exercise, so you shouldn't do it too often, but often enough so you can release all things that have been in the past. And sometimes you might be able to have this process with one of your parents but not the other, and it just shows that only one relationship is ready for healing right now. You can also do this with siblings and friends and other people, and go back to the time when you were young with this person, or as young as you were with this person, because that's usually the starting point. And everything is in divine timing, so don't force anything, but just start the process and then let it unfold naturally. Okay, but this will free you from having to relive this faulty equation, being with these people that's kind of really not in your league. Okay, you're ready for more mature acquaintances. Okay, so see what hope there is for this relationship in the future. And we see perception here, and it seems a little bit unknown. The road ahead is laid out, but I think there's some mysteries behind the trees. There can be, we know where you're going to end up. We don't know what will happen in between here. So I'll read this card for you as well. 42. This marker requires you to contemplate how you look at the world. Through what eyes do you see? Do you peer through those of prejudice or judgment? I think it's a little bit opposite for you. Most of you will not be judgmental, but actually you have too little judgment. Are you viewing your present circumstances by projecting your past? And I would want to say yes to that. Okay. This is a time to slow down, to observe from all angles. This calls for objectivity and a willingness to examine your life and others through a neutral pair of eyes. Within you, awareness is transcending your ego's separated sense of self. Rise above it, see through your soul, and know that things aren't always the way they appear to be. This marker brings clarity and asks you to look and to wait. Perhaps all you need to do is to relax and put on another pair of glasses, not the pink one, okay? Then what is in front of you might be magically transformed. Because then you're able to make better decisions when you see, no, this is a person that lives here. It's not a judgment per se. It's just that you might have been dwelling here for as far as you needed. You know about these kind of the suffering that can be in these kind of situations. Maybe be in situations where there's a war or poverty, or things are being taken away from you. Maybe you have done that enough. Maybe you don't have to do that anymore. And if you could, change your perception and put a more clear pair of glasses on you, you would see that, this is this kind of situation. I don't have to degrade myself and put myself here again. I have learned this enough. I'm done with this right now. I'm ready to move on, because you clearly are. It's just that you're giving yourself away to the wrong people here. Perception is everything. Take no further action until you see how this message applies to your current situation. So that's also important. Don't take further action until you see what message applies to your current situation. Be a little bit careful with new relationships and other situations. Join them, go into them, but don't go this second step. I talked about second step. Don't take that second step until you're really sure. Don't be too googly-eyed or too, everything will fix itself. Be a little bit more judgmental. And, even if you feel like you don't have enough options, I think it's because of your perception. Because you are looking for the options that's not good for you. And in the same time, the divine is trying to take away those options. A rejection is God's protection. So you are aiming yourself towards certain options. The divine is trying to save you from those options. And it leaves you with no options. So if you would look a little bit higher, at least to the treetops where the birds fly instead of limp with their broken wings, I think you would have better luck and more situations to choose from if you would do that. Okay, so also the law of repulsion. Say no to what you don't want, and more of what you do want will be presented to you. Then once you shifted your perception, you may find that this was all that you needed to do. Okay, so I don't think the divine is particularly fond of your chosen mate here, or friend or person, or the crowd you hang out with. So they would want you to change crowd, basically. So they don't want you to have a future with this person, at least not now, as long as they are limping around on the ground. Okay. So my dear Sagittarius, I hope this helped. I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you like my content and want to see more videos like this on how to heal yourself and make yourself ready for that true romantic partner of yours, or if you just want to work on your spiritual growth, remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification to get a heads up when a new video is ready and waiting for you. The next round of astrological videos will be my love and spirituality readings that I will do in the middle of September for all the signs. And also keep on the lookout for the pick a card readings and the near personal readings that will be spread throughout the month. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I'm truly grateful for my wonderful, loving and supporting viewers. So until next time, take really good care and bye-bye.